Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age on Nintendo Switch. Okay, so we've got some decisions here, because this boss battle, I am actually not prepared for it, mainly because, as the game has so lovingly tried to tell you, you can get affected by curse, or sorry, disease, and I don't have anything that cures that. I don't have any spells. I don't have any items, so the fight will be very, very difficult as it is. I'll probably have to head back into town and pick up something that can cure that condition. And I don't think the path that I've chosen for my licenses is going to allow me to have anybody with those spells or the ability to get rid of that disease. Because I need serum or cleanse, or I need remedy lore. So let's take a look here. If we have anything like that, I don't think I do. I'm pretty far along in this. And I probably should have made a lot of decisions that I did, you know. But it is what it is. You know, it's kind of where I'm stuck at. I don't think anybody has Remedy Lore 3, much less Remedy Lore 2. Everything else I have are gambits. So she doesn't have it. I don't think Penelo can even get it. In fact, I don't think any of my characters can get it. Well, maybe he can. It would take a long time for me to figure out. See, I got magic lore. It is funny that I've basically painted myself in the corner without the ability to do anything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find some way to counteract those effects. Yeah, see, I have Remedy Lore 1. Remedy Lore 1, and that's it. I don't even have the other ones. I can't get them either. Remedy Lore 2, alright. But no Remedy Lore 3, not even in my wheelhouse. These other characters are too low level, even if I could get Remedy Lore 3. Or serum or cleanse. That would be for traditional yeah, I just don't have it. Nobody has it. I know, it's kind of... Oh, well, that's 2. I need 3. Balthier, do you have it? I have my doubts. I could travel all the way back to Rabanastre and then use the Moogle in the guild to sort of reset everyone. But this would be a whole playthrough of me, going through and remaking every single person. Not sure how much fun that would be to watch that. So we can try this battle and see how far we get. But I would have to finish the battle within a certain amount of time before disease actually brought me down to 1 HP. So, with that in mind, think I will need rose corsages, because I don't want them to be immune to, or I want them to be immune to silence, because they're going to need to cast spells. He doesn't need Libra for this. Let's give him that. I think I have anything that's better than what I have right now. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I probably need to head into town. That's, you know, the worst thing about this is that there is no way to really head into town. And there's no items that I have. That allow me to go there, you know? Which to me is a weird thing not to include, is some way to kind of bounce around the map. Especially in an HD remake. I know it wasn't in the original game. In fact, there are a lot of things that weren't in the original game. But this is just one of those things that you would add, or at least I would add, if I was, you know, refashioning this for a modern audience. It's neither here nor there, so yeah, let's, I think we need to hit this thing, right? Waystone 1. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. Okay, let's try it. We'll see what happens. We'll wish for the best. I have given them a lot of fighting abilities, so they may be able to win just on brute force. Like I did with the last fight. The last fight, most people probably wouldn't have just been able to just use plain fighting. Just to beat something. But I have everybody sort of fashioned to do high damage. Physical damage. And sort of nothing else. Okay. See, I mean, they actually do a ton of raw damage. Ooh, boy. Yeah, but if you're looking for advice on how to fight this guy normally with normal characters, then this is not the playthrough that you want to see. Nothing about the way I've set these characters up is how a person would normally pick this. But I'm a firm believer in specializing and not making characters that are too general. Well, not doing much damage now. Let's have her use the spell gun again. Whoa, she did? But the real key is getting Rose Catharsis on your mages so that they can't be hit by silence. As long as you have that, then you can heal them. You could also use Mirror Mail, but then you're depending on items, and you know, in this game, using an item can cost you valuable time. It's near impossible to depend strictly on items in this game. Oh, well, that sucked. I think it's interesting it raises them with their same diseases. It doesn't cure them with them. There you go. That was the most abnormal stressful fight. Shimazai. Alright. I managed to survive. I'm actually surprised. Normally, that's one of the hardest boss fights in the game. But I did, you know, Bosch did die once, so, you know, not exactly it was easy. Again, I would not suggest people build their characters like mine. Maybe I should go back and save. Yeah, the way I built my characters on the PC version of this is much more traditional, and nobody's really specialized. There's anything around here, I don't think. Let's hit the thing. By this path and no other, reach ye round of the undying, walk of the chosen. Alright. Touch my hardness. My hard stone. Hard spinning stone. Grab it with both hands.
Everyone.
Fear not, Princess of Dalmasca. We, O Curia, have chosen you, and you alone.
Is it the skirt? Must be the skirt.
Ashe and Dalmasca, we see your heart desires power, and power most holy shall we grant. Seek you the sun-crest, slumbering star. In tower on distant shore, it dreams.
I thought you said you'd grant me something. You're just telling me to go get something else.
The source of its unending power. The Dynast King, his fallow shards, coarse trinkets cut from sun-crest's light.
Such power exists?
In times that are long passed away, we sought to save this Ivalice, and chose Wraithwall, the Dynast King. He took the sword and cut the crest. 3 shards he took from its gilt grasp, and so became the Dynast King. His words and deeds run through your veins.
That's why I was given it. The Sword of Kings.
The treaty held with kings of old is but a memory, cold and still. With you, we now shall treat anew, to cut a run for history's flow. Now take this sword, this treaty blade, Ocurian seal, mark of your worth. Cut deep the crest, and seize your shards. Wield Dynast King's power. Destroy Vaan.
But Vaan? Vaan's an Arcadian, a being like you.
Vaan is a heretic.
Oh, sensitive.
The Necessite is ours to give to chosen bearer, or to none. The heretic trespassed, and set the rose of knowledge in man's hand. With imitations they profane. It is anathema to us. We give you now the stone and task. Administer judgment. Destroy them all.
Well, calm down. My goodness.
Judgment? Destroy them all? The Empire?
The hues ever skew history's weave. With haste, they move through 2 short lives. Driven to err by base desires, toward waste, and wasting, on they run. Undying, we Ocurian light the path for wayward sons of man. Oft did we pass judgment on them, so that Ivalice might endure. Eternal, we are history's stewards, to set the course and keep it true. The chosen is our hand, our fist, to let live some and crush the rest. Princess, you have been chosen. Take revenge against those who stole your kingdom. Fulfill your role as savior. Attain to your birthright.
I really love her character. I do. I think her and Cecil are my favorite Final Fantasy characters.
Ashe.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like Lightning too, but that's an unpopular opinion.
What's with these Acuria? What gives them the right to tell you what to do?
Will you take revenge, as they ask?
Huh?
We could not see them, but we heard the Ocuria speak. They may be gods, but we are the arbiters of our destiny. Your Highness, I'm against this. The Empire must pay, but destruction?
Does anyone know what happened to Dr. Sid? Wasn't he saying he'd be here?
He should have arrived by now.
And I should have realized by now. He's not coming. He laid out the bait, and we bit. Remember what he said? He wanted Ashe to get the stone. He wanted that all along. That's why he flaunted his nethicite, and reeled us in with his stories about Gedovagan, all to bring Ashe to the Ocuria.
But wait, if we got a hold of the Nethicite, wouldn't that be bad for the Empire?
Maybe he wants to see what happens when foes with Nethicite collide. That'd be just like Dr. Sid.
I will search out the Sun Crest.
History is built by our hands. That's his favorite line. He'd never stand by and watch the Arcadian stones shape things. So, he was talking to Vaan all along. He wasn't mad at all then, was he?
Dang the tree blade.
Restore Dalmasca's sovereignty and make our amends with Lady Ashe. It's the only way to avert war.
It is a war of necessity. Your Lady Ashe herself is bent on it. She desires it above all else. She will not rest until her revenge is full wrought.
I fear you misread her intent. She would sooner shun war than embrace it.
You are young, Larsa.
And you presume beyond your ken.
Then let us look closer. Judge Gabranth. I would have you seek after the Lady Ashe and judge whether she makes overtures of peace or war. Yours shall be the eyes of the Empire.
And should I espy war, I am to put her to the sword. Is that your wish, Excellency?
It will not come to that, I am sure. I have faith in her, faith in you both. On you, Gabranth, shall I wager all our fortunes?
You're not so smart, kid.
Will.
The Japanese and strong kid characters. I don't really get it.
That so sweet a child could be your brother is hard to believe.
Larsa is as he should be.
What's that, Vaan? Ah, taken the bait already, have they? Splendid. The Ocuria have given the princess her treaty blade.
The gods have chosen their scribe to write history as they deem fit. Yes, and she with fresh Nethicite to aid her.
Bah, to hell with the Ocuria and their stones. What good? A power that cannot be harnessed. Baubles best suited for study, no more.
We conquered 2 kingdoms that you might study these baubles.
Oh, I am grateful for the sacrifice. Without it, manufactured Nethicite would have eluded us. An unrivaled weapon, I warrant you. Tell me, Vaan, have I not been an apt pupil?
My counsel did but guide your able hand. Through power of man, the stones did you perfect. Yes. So much accomplished in 6 fleeting years. Man's fervor o'er all obstacles prevailing.
Our lives are much too short. You undying might waste long centuries away, but we, I fear, cannot.
Just so. Had we more time, we might have availed ourselves of more prudent measures.
Your greatest work still lies before you. Not lightly will the Ocuria allow you to wrest the reins of history from their grasp, back into the hands of man.
Indeed. What claim does Geren have on history's reins? Seated on throne immortal, rent from time. For your ascendant's vein I offer prayer. May you attain all that which is your due.
Attain it I shall. For too long have my deeds gone unrewarded.
In tower on distant shore dreams the sun crest. Do these words mean aught to you?
Didn't Redis say he was going to follow some other course? Maybe you found out something that can help.
I'd rather stay out of that Sky Pirate's debt, thank you.
What's wrong with Redis? I mean, if you can't trust your own kind, who can you trust?
You're an expert on pirating now, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that the weakest person in this cast really is Vaan. I mean, everybody else actually has some good points. Although Penelo, you know, they really didn't develop her either. But she's much more likable than Vaan. It's a real shame too. I think they could have done something, but he was at it at the last minute. You know, to kind of appeal to that the core Japanese audience, or at least the perceived core Japanese audience. Wait, did I need to go back there? I don't think I did. You know, because the Japanese publishers believe that their audience skews much younger than American audiences. And that's a bit of a assumption as well, right? Surveys tend to reveal that U.S. audiences are older, but they sort of base that on spending. I'm not sure if that is a fair way to judge audiences, because you know older members have more income or a wage income period. So you can look at the statistics of people who buy games, but it's not always the same people that play games. Although it is mostly true that people who buy also play. Alright, where the hell am I going? Better go back to Balfenheim. Okay, oh, where the hell is that? All the way up here, isn't it? Oh yeah, way the hell out here. Can I even get there from here? If I were to walk... yeah, that's a hell of a trip. Nope, not walking. As much as I'd love to earn those license points, that's a distance. She can move the Rose Corsage. Don't want her to get silenced. That would be bad. This is like the classiest of the Final Fantasy games. Like all the prose is really well written. Characters speak in hints of Old English, but it's not complete Old English, so it's still very understandable and relatable to a modern audience. I don't know if they'll ever be able to make a game like this again. Honestly, I think it just kind of came together, just very well by coincidence. At least that's my feeling on it. Who knows though? Yeah, it's hard to say. Rise is good. gambits. I think I have all the gambits. I think I went through and bought every single one of these. See, they don't even sell the serum or anything here. I mean, it's just like I can't even buy it. Yeah, and I really didn't earn that many license points from that battle. The bosses are really not worth much. Really? You can't use that? Oh, that seems weird to me that I can't. Maybe it's only for the samurai? Okay, let's give Ashe the summon. Where are you? There you are. No, now you can get a cleanse, but you know, the hell if I know where that is. Yeah, see, they only give you cleanse after you beat that, after you beat the boss that you needed cleanse for. It's like, what a bunch of assholes. What was I waiting to give her? I must have been waiting for something. Oh, that's right. I wanted the accessories first. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm bothering to raise him. I don't ever plan on using him. It's kind of the completionist in me. Sanguine shield. Oh, that's really good. I just want to hold off for that. Have more spells that she can learn? No, this is all it. Like I said, I mean, my choices are all combat heavy. You know, I really, I just hadn't really thought about doing anything other than beating people with sticks. I think subconsciously I find myself being impatient with those spells. Okay, buddy. You finally have something you can use that's good for you. There you go. No money money for nothing else, though. What I have to sell. This method of money making, I definitely don't agree with. This is where I think the old Final Fantasies are quite a bit better by just giving you tons of money for enemies. But this is closer to an MMO, so I sort of adopted that as well. Not every decision was good, even though this is a largely successful game. I think maybe they had planned for more usage of these items, but really it just ends up being just a source of money. Honestly, I feel that all these amounts should have been worth 6 times more. I feel that the money you get is nowhere near enough. That's right, it's a whole suite of geeky stuff. Can everybody use it? And see, I heavily invested in things that were not as expensive. So like all these light robes and stuff, I mean, those are the things that I put all my points into. Let's combine the rest of those spells. Excuse me. I don't think I've ever not sneezed during a live stream. Okay, Redis. Where are you? All the way down there. Okay. These are all techniques. God, you know, see, I hardly even use the techniques. So I feel that they're a waste of time, too. Hi, there you are. Lord Redis is waiting. Enter the months. The Count expects good behavior from all his guests. In you go.
Ships in the water. Send fishing dories if need be. I care not. Glossair engines are as good to us as sky to a fish. Leave what boats have foundered. I want souls saved, not driftwood. Our armada ran afoul of bad water near the Riderana Cataract. All engines stopped a sudden. Becalmed. Trouble with a mist thick as death, it seems. Those seas are yacht. I expected airship trouble, not a fleet foundering amidst the waves. Tell me of what happened in Girovegon. From the lay of your eyes, I measure all did not go well. Cid, Was he false, as I feared?
Yes. But we may have caught a glimpse of his true intent. We may now know what it is that Cid searches for.
So the day-affected Nethicite was only a fragment? And these Ocuria I know not and care to know even less.
If we strike this Suncrest with the Sword of Kings, no new stone may be born. We say the Suncrest is the source of all Nethicite's power. If we might break it, the Dusk Shard would be as a thing lifeless. As for the manufactured Nethicite, who can say?
There is another way. We used the Treaty Blade to cut a new stone from the Crest. Use that to fight the Dusk Shard and the manufactured stones.
Would you like to know the best use of Nethicite? Will or nil, I'll tell you. You pick it up and throw it away.
Either way, we have to find the Suncrest first, right? Don't we? Across the sea, and a tower on a distant shore. Redis?
Familiar words, Vaan. I saw something of the sort written in some documents I chanced upon during my visit to Draklor. The Naldoan Sea, the Riderana Cataract, and the Pharos Lighthouse. I sent my fleet to fish out the truth behind these words, and caught trouble.
Then proof is ours. This lighthouse on the Naldoan Sea is the tower on the distant shore. The strong mist that becalmed your ships is a grimmer yet clearer sign than any we might hope for. The Suncrest is there.
All well and good, but how do we get there? Those seas are in Yacht, as I recall.
Try putting this one in your ship. 'Tis a skystone made to resist Yacht.
More spoils from the Draklor labs, is it? Why not use it yourself?
That's just the thing. My ship's a Bergerben model. It will not work. But should it fit the Strahl, she'll fly in Yacht. Lady Ashe, I would accompany your highness, if you do not object.
I am in your care. But tell me one thing. Why do so much for us?
The Nabudis Deadlands.
Nabudis was your home?
Nay, but a memory forever burned in my heart.
Redis. He doesn't stay though, that's a real shame. Ah, it is you. Have you heard? Our ships sent to the Pharos have foundered. Thankfully enough, it was just as the fishing skulls came home. We sent them out straight away. Ladorana, the great Pharos, and the bottomless cataract. No man of Balfenheim would willingly go there, so oft are we warned as children. But Redis is no man of Balfenheim. There were many against this expedition, but he knew no fear. You make for the great Pharos? That place is in Yacht, you know. You will not be able to fly there. There you are. The repairs on the Strahl are complete, Kupo. You can leave whenever you want from the aerodrome. Kupo, you have a skystone that can fly in Yacht? I'll put it right in the Strahl then, Kupo. Strahl can never travel through Yacht. I didn't even know it couldn't do that. That's a spot of good fortune. The new skystone should ease your journey considerably. Now, you know the way? The Pharos, that tower on the distant shore, stands on the island of the Riderana Cataract in the Yacht Naldoa, southeast of here. Take care. Okay, is there a... Yes, there is, okay. Making sure there's an aerodrome here. Check for bounties here too. That's one thing I haven't really done is check bounties. Who's the petitioner? Oh god. It's not really necessary to do the hunter's quests. You do get some cool stuff if you do, though. I mean, like anything else in Final Fantasy. All that super useless, annoying stuff ends up paying some dividends. I don't know if it's totally worth the trouble, but you know, it just depends on how much you want to play the game. I'm not a real completionist when it comes to these games. I mean, Final Fantasy has become a bit unmanageable in my opinion. So I've never actually finished up a complete walkthrough and everything for any of these games past Final Fantasy VI. Well, no, I think I got everything in 7, now that I think about it. After that, I sort of gave up. There's too much little stuff to do and too many annoying mini-games completely befuddling your, your advancement. And a lot of times your enjoyment. Anyway, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.